Hello dear students, welcoming you all in the physics arena by Nitesh sir. Students, in a queue of video lectures, today I am going to post a new video lecture on the chapter 5 light energy. So today the chapter is light energy. What the light energy says. So before going to state about the chapter, I am going to give a glance about the basic terms. So the first topic is what is light? What the first basic topic is. What do you mean by light? So here I am going to write the first topic is light. A student, what do you mean by the light? How we can define the light? So light is an invisible form of energy which gives us the sensation of vision. Here I am writing the definition of light. Light is an invisible form of energy which gives us sensation of vision. It means that with the help of light we can see the objects. Light is an invisible form of energy which gives us sensation of vision. With the help of light we can see the objects clearly. Okay students, so as we are knowing that there are the different types of the energies are there. There are the different forms of the energies are there. Today we are going to discuss about the light energy. So here I have written that light is an invisible form of energy which gives a sensation of vision. So students, now some most basic factor is medium or media. What do you mean by the medium and what do you mean by the media? So medium or media is a channel or any carrier through which anything can be propagated. So students, in order to define the medium is defined as any material or any non-material channel with which anything can propagate. Okay students, so what I have given here as a definition of medium or channel. Medium is defined as any material or non-material channel with which anything can propagate or move from one place to the another place. That is defined as media or medium. So there are the three types of the medium. So the first media is, here already I have written, material or non-material channel. So whether it may be solid is also a type of media, liquid is also a type of media, and gases are also type of medium with which anything can travel. Okay students, so what I have elaborated here, that medium is defined as any material or non-material channel with which anything can propagate from one place to the another place is defined as medium, because light rays requires, sometimes something requires any channel with which it can travels. Okay students, so medium is nothing but that is a carrier. We can also define as medium is also known as carrier. Okay students, so now we are moving towards some more description about the light. As the light rays does not require any medium for its propagation, means there is no means required for the propagation of light. Here I am going to give you a glance that notice that light is an electromagnetic wave which does not requires any medium for its propagation. Okay students, so now one thing will come in your mind, sir, some of the light rays which does not requires any medium for its propagation is said to be the electromagnetic wave. So the waves which requires the medium for its propagation is known as mechanical wave. Waves which does not requires medium for its propagation is known as electromagnetic wave, whereas waves requires medium for its propagation is said to be the mechanical waves. So now we are moving towards the speed of light. Students, as we are knowing that the speed of light varies with respect to the variation in the medium. As the medium varies, as the media varies, the speed of light also varies. So now we are turning towards the speed of light. What may be the speed of light in different medias? As the medium changes, the speed of light also changes. The speed of light is greatest in the metals. As we are knowing that the speed of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second in vacuum. Vacuum is in free space, okay, where no air is there. The speed of light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second in vacuum and 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second in water. It means that from here we can observe that as the medium changes, first we have taken the medium as vacuum, means air or without air, the speed of light is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second, whereas the next medium is water. So that is a liquid medium where the speed of light is 2 into 10 power 2.5 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Okay students, so now moving toward the next topic, that is a refraction. What do you mean by the refraction? Students, refraction means that the deviation of the light ray. So I am going to give you the definition that the refraction is defined as, refraction is a phenomena, or refraction is defined as the change in direction of path of light when it passes from one optical media or medium to another optical medium. What I have written here, refraction is defined as, or refraction is a phenomena in which the change in the direction of path of light takes place when it passes from one optical media to the another optical media. When the light rays move from one optical media to the another optical media, so due to the change in the media, there will be the change in the direction of path will takes place. this whole phenomena is said to be the refraction of light. So before going to state about how the change in the direction of particle takes place, first I am going to give you the two basic more terms, that is a rarer medium and denser medium. What do you mean by the rarer medium and what do you mean by the denser medium? Students, what is rarer medium and what is denser medium? Rarer means that a medium in which the particles are separated with each other with a greater distance, means the particles are very farthest to each other. Okay students, so rarer is a medium. Rarer means it is a medium in which intermolecular spacing is greater between two particles, whereas denser is a medium in which it is a medium in which intermolecular spacing is least. Means now we can give, with the help of some examples, we can also understand air is also a rarer medium. Water is also a rarer medium, whereas glass, metals, these are the denser medium. So with the help of rarer and denser medium, we will read the characteristics of the phenomena of refraction when the light rays moves, when the light rays bends. So now we are going to discuss. So students, there will be the two factors in which the light ray will change in the direction. So the first thing, how we can define, how we all will give these two factors. The first is when the light rays move from rarer to denser. I am writing here when light ray enter from rarer to denser medium. Here one medium we are going to take is air and another medium is as water. So here rarer medium means we are going to take air and denser medium we are going to take, that is water. As the light ray will just move from air to water. So let's start with the surface. Let us suppose that if we are having, with the help of diagram, we will discuss this phenomena. So this is surface of water, and above this is air and this is water. Okay students, so light ray will starts to come from air, means there is a source of energy, there is source of light from where the light ray will start to come, and this ray of light will known as the incident ray. So from where the light rays is coming, from the air the light ray is coming, and now it is entering into the water. Light ray is coming into from the air and now it is going to enter into the water. So first we will draw a perpendicular to the point of incident where the light ray will come and meet to the surface is known as the point of incidence. So this is the point of incidence where the light ray strikes to the surface of water. So light ray is coming here. Now there is a change in medium. Air is rarer medium. Here the particles are separated with a huge distance, whereas water is a denser medium. So here the space will be less. So the ray of light will bend towards the normal because the space is less. Okay students, so angle is, this is angle of incidence and this is angle of refraction. So in this we can say that, when the light ray, and this perpendicular is known as normal. So when the light ray enters from rarer, means air, rarer to denser medium, it bends towards the normal. From the above diagram we can also conclude that the light ray is get deviated from its path towards the normal. In this way we can say that when the light ray enters from rarer to denser medium, it bends towards the normal. Okay students, now the next point is that, and here we can see that the angle of incidence, angle between the normal and incident ray, is not equals to the angle of refraction. So angle of incidence is not equals to the angle of refraction. Now the next point is that when the light ray, now someone says that, sir, once you have taken from rarer to denser, now you can just take it vice versa. So when light ray enters from denser to rarer medium. Now the first medium is denser medium and the next medium is rarer medium. What will happen? So with the help of once again a diagram we will discuss the phenomena. So let us suppose that this is a surface and here the first medium is denser medium. Let us suppose that the first medium is glass, okay, or water you can also take. This is a denser medium, and the next one is rarer medium, which is air. Okay students, so it is a rarer medium. As the light ray will starts to move from the denser, means there will be a source of light from where we can get a ray of light, which is the incident ray, that is given by I, and the point where it meets is known as point of incidence, where we will draw a normal. This is a normal. Okay students, so this is a normal. So as when the light ray enters from denser to rarer, here the space will be, intermolecular spacing will be lesser, whereas the intermolecular spacing is apparently larger as compared to the denser medium in rarer. So the path of the light will slightly bends away from the normal, like this. Okay, now here the light ray goes away from its path. Here actual path should be like this, but now the light rays get deviated by the green colored of light, that is angle ray of light. So here angle of incidence is also not equals to the angle of refraction, angle of refraction. Then we can also say that from here we can conclude that here the light rays get deviated from its path. So what we can write from here, when a ray of light enters in a rarer medium from a denser medium, it gets away from normal. Now you can say that, sir, why it gets away from the normal? Because the intermolecular spacing in the air is apparently larger. Therefore the light ray can travel easily wherever it wants to move. So therefore when the light ray enters in a rarer medium from a denser medium, it gets away from the normal. Here you can see that the light ray gets away from the normal. So this is a second phenomena. Now you can say that, sir, once the light rays bends towards the normal in the first condition, and here the light ray gets away from the normal. If someone says that let us suppose that when the light ray falls normally, means along the normal perpendicular to the surface, then what will happen, sir? So the third point is when a ray of light falls normally, what will happen, sir? Normally. Okay, students. So in order to discuss the third point, let us suppose that there are the two medium. The first medium is something else. Let us suppose that this is the first medium, this is a medium first, and this is the second medium. As the light ray will fall normally, means along the normal, means perpendicularly to the surface, it will propagate without any bending, means it will, what will happen? There will be no change in the direction will takes place. So we can write from here, we can give as explanation, no change in path will take place. It means that the light ray will be undeviated. When it fall normally to a surface. So students, I am going to enlist some of the basic terms related with the refraction of the light ray phenomena. So lots of basic terms are there. So the first basic term is incident ray. What do you mean by the incident ray? What do you mean by the reflected ray? First I am going to enlist each and every point. Incident ray, then refracted ray, then normal. What do you mean by the normal? Then incidence angle, and then refracted angle of refraction or refracted angle. So students, one by one I am going to give you the glance with the help of a diagram how you can define what are these terms. So with the help of a ray diagram we are going to discuss about these basic terms. So let's draw a ray diagram for understanding of the basic terms. So let's draw. This is a surface, this is any optical surface. Okay, before that there is a medium. Let us suppose that the medium is, upper medium is air and the lower medium is water. The first medium is air and the second medium is water. So here first I am going to give you glance when a ray of light coming from a source and falls to a surface. So a ray of light is coming from any source in air. So this ray which is falling to the surface, this is surface. Okay students, so a ray of light falling to the surface is known as incident ray. It is known as incident ray. A plane or a line drawn perpendicular to the surface. Let us suppose that this is a line. I am going to draw a line perpendicular to the plane. So this line which is perpendicular to the plane is known as normal. A line perpendicular to the surface is known as normal. And now here what we can observe, the light ray is moving from rarer to denser, so it gets bends towards the normal. So now the light ray will get bends towards the normal like this. Okay, so here is a change in the direction of the path takes place. So this ray will be known as what? Refracted ray. This R will be refracted ray. Now the light ray gets deviated from its path, refracted ray. So the angle between So the angle between the incident ray and normal is known as angle of incidence, and angle between refracted ray and normal is known as angle of refraction. A line drawn perpendicular to the surface is known as normal. Okay, so these are the basic terms. So one by one we are going to give you the glance. The first one is the incident ray. Incident ray. How we can define incident ray? A ray of light which falls onto the surface of the two media. A ray of light which falls on the surface of two optical media, medium is called incident ray. Means a ray of light which is falling to the surface is called incident ray. Whereas how we can define the refracted ray? How we can define the refracted ray? How we can define the refracted ray? A ray of light which gets deviated from its path is called refracted ray. Means when a ray of light gets deviated from its path is said to be the refracted ray. So in this way we can define incident ray, a ray of light which falls on the surface of two optical media is said to be the incident ray, whereas a ray of light which gets deviated from its original path is called refracted ray. Now we are moving towards the normal. What do you mean by the normal? A perpendicular drawn to the normal. I am going to give you the glance. What do you mean by the normal? A perpendicular drawn on the surface of medium is called normal. In your book, some of the definition may be also given as the perpendicular drawn on the surface separating the two media is said to be at the point of incidence is said to be the normal. It is also correct. Okay, students. Now, next, angle of incidence. What is angle of incidence, which is given by a small I like this? Angle of incidence. Angle of incidence is the angle between incident ray and normal is called angle of incidence. Okay, students. So what is angle of incidence? The angle between incident ray and normal drawn to the surface is said to be the angle of incidence. What is the angle of refraction? What is angle of refraction? Now we are moving toward the next topic, angle of refraction. What do you mean by the angle of refraction? So the angle between refracted ray means deviated ray, refracted ray and normal drawn to the surface, normal drawn to surface is called angle of refraction. Okay students, so here we have discussed some of the basic terms: incident ray, refracted ray, normal, angle of incidence and angle of refraction. So students, till now we have discussed about the phenomena of refraction, various properties, medium and basic concepts related with the term refraction. So now we are moving towards the next topic, that is the law of refraction. What are the laws of refraction? Earlier I have given you the ideology that refraction is a phenomena of bending of the light ray or deviation of the light ray from its original path. So what is the first law of the law of refraction? Here I am going to enlist one by one. I am giving you the full description about these laws. So the first law of refraction states that the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, what I have written here, the incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence, and the refracted ray all lies in the same plane. All lies in the same plane. With the help of diagram, we can also conclude that from here, if I am drawing a surface, this is a surface, and this is the first medium which is known as air. The next medium which is air, and when a ray of light starts to fall to the media, so this is the incident ray, okay, and a perpendicular drawn to the point of incidence is known as normal, which is given by n, normal, and a refracted ray which bends towards the normal, a refracted ray. So from here we can see that incident ray, refracted ray and normal lies in the same plane. Okay students, so the next point is that as we are knowing that the angle of incidence is not equals to the angle of refraction in the refraction phenomena. So what's this law states that the second law of refraction states that the ratio of sine angle of incidence to the sine angle of refraction is a constant quantity, okay. What I have written here, the ratio of sine angle of incidence to the sine angle of refraction is called a constant quantity, okay. That is what we can write it as a mathematically, sine angle of incidence to the sine angle of refraction is a constant quantity, which is also known as, this law, the second law of the refraction, is also known as law of what? Snell's. Okay, this is also known as the Snell's law. This law is also known as Snell's law of refraction. Snell's law of refraction. Snell was a scientist, and he have given that the ratio of sine angle of incidence, if we took the sine angle of incidence to the sine angle of refraction, and if we will get a constant quantity which is known as the Snell's law, and it is also known as the refractive index of the medium, so which is also given by mu. This is mu. This is a Greek word mu. So how we can define mu? how we can define the refractive index of a medium. Refractive index. Now the topic is, the most important topic is how we can define a refractive index. So refractive index, which is denoted by mu, can be defined as refractive index is defined as the ratio of speed of light in one medium, in first medium, you can write in one medium with respect to the speed of light in second medium is called refractive index, of that medium. So in order to give the formulation for the refractive index mathematically, which is given by mu is equals to speed of light in first medium with respect to speed of light in second medium. If we are knowing the speed of light in one medium, and if we are knowing the speed of light into the another medium, then we can calculate easily the refractive index of that medium. For example, let us suppose that the speed of, if we are knowing that the angle of incidence, if we are knowing that the speed of light, with the help of an example, we are going to calculate refractive index. Okay, so example, what I am taking, speed of light, as we are knowing that speed of light in vacuum or in air is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. We are knowing this, and also we are knowing that what speed of light in water. Earlier I have given you the idea that speed of light in water is 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So we are knowing both, so we can easily calculate that the refractive index of water with respect to, here the first medium is air and the next medium is water. So we are going to calculate that the speed of light in water we are knowing, so we are going to calculate refractive index of water with respect to refractive index of air. So mu is equals to speed of light in first medium. What is the first medium? Is air, which is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second, and the speed of light in water 2.25 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So meter per second and meter per second will be cancelled out, okay, because it is a ratio of two same quantities, and 10 to the power 8 and 10 to the power 8 will be also cancelled out. So we will get 4 by 3, which is equals to 1.33. We can write as refractive index of water is 1.33 with respect to air. If so, students, in this way we can easily calculate that the refractive index of one medium with respect to the another medium. So in the later video lecture we will discuss about the effect of the refraction, how we can calculate what will be the effect or effects of the refraction will takes place in the different medium. Hopefully you all have got my points. Thank you very much and keep watching all these videos. Thank you very much.